Welcome to another episode of the 89 Garage. Today we will be doing a front brake job on a 2011 Ford Escape. And yeah, come along. Brief interruption of the video here. I just got done doing all the footage and editing all put together, and I noticed that I was not in close at a lot of points where I should have been. Please accept my apologies. I will do better in the future. There are also some times where I completely dropped audio, or for some reason the GoPro, I don't know what happened. If you know how GoPros label their videos with numbers, the numbering system, I have videos missing. I don't know what happened to them, but they're gone. So luckily I was able to patch it together as well as I could. The driver's side did not come in as close as the passenger side, and I just wanted to apologize for that. Hopefully things make sense. If not, please go down below, ask the questions. I shall answer. Take care. Back to the video. So I always find it much more cost effective to just roll with brand new rotors. I'm betting these rotors are within tolerance and can probably get turned. But I got these for like the pair for like, I don't know, 45 bucks shipped from Rock Auto. And you know, they're Raybestos, the professional grade. I just prefer to roll that way. You can do whatever you want. You can go get your rotors turned ahead of time. This saves me time, and literally I'm betting it's cheaper. The last time I checked to turn rotors, it was about 20 bucks. So brand new rotors for another 5 bucks, that's cheaper to me because it's saving my time. Also, today we're going to be going with the Duralast Gold. These are the ceramic units. These Escapes came in two flavors. You either have a steel piston. By piston, I'm talking about in the brake caliper. Or you have phenolic. The steel part number is DG1047. If you have the phenolic piston, you'll have a B on the end, or you'll need the B on the end, I should say. I'll show you how to check ahead of time before you go to AutoZone and buy your stuff, but you will have to take the pad out to do it. Simple trick, just a magnet is all it takes. I also am going with a fine assortment of 18 millimeter wrenches, whatever. I'm thinking this is about all I'll need. I'm gonna do this on the budget method, I guess I would call it. This is a very effective way of retracting or pushing in the piston on the brake calipers. And this is my probably 8 to 10 year old bottle of lubricant or brake grease. Then just basic microfiber towel, whatever you want. You can use a paper towel, whatever The blue towels are great for this too. I didn't go get it yet, but I need to go get me a Cano brake cleaner. I'll be sitting on that, save on my back today, and I'll be using that boy. Oh, one other thing I may mention is you may also want some kind of a jack stand. I have an assortment here. These were not the recalled ones, just so you know. Right now, I am on my Galaxy S10. Yesterday was Christmas, and the Santa brought some goodies that I'm hoping aid in the filming of the videos going forward. I got charging garbage all over the place here. Sorry, guys. I got a Rode mic and this new tripod. There's the GoPro there. I have the memory card in the house. I'm dumping it onto my computer, so I have plenty of room. Yeah. So I'm using this mic today, that tripod and housing, and then I also, I don't know if I'll use this much today, but this is where you would mount your phone, just like so. I don't know if I'll use that or not. We'll see. These are 19 millimeters. Okay, got an 18 millimeter there and another one right there. So they're just straight down from each other. We're going to remove those, and then we're going to go ahead and just remove this whole caliper assembly. But before I do that, I already know I missed a tool I'm going to need. I thought about it, but this might be too big. Pry barge. Yeah, that'll work just right. So, you say, you're probably wondering why I got the hammer. This is how I get these ones going. I generally start by kind of pushing right there, and then you can just stick a pry bar, even a great big Phillips or flathead screwdriver. fact, just a screwdriver like that will work out here. I don't want to drop that. I don't know if I was just filming or not. Jeez. When I tell you this is the lowest filming budget on all the automotive channels on YouTube, I'm not kidding. Looks like I thought wrong. These are Bs. I got to go back to AutoZone. Sometimes my brain doesn't remember, but those are phenolic. Great. Hopefully they have the B in stock, because that could be... I don't want to even go there. Must be living right, folks. They had one in stock, and I got it. I had the wrong pads. I had to go back and get these 1047Bs, not the 1047. So we're not sticking. Wow. See, we got phenolics. My bad. So this is how we got the seat clamp set up. Just try to get that right as close to the center as possible. Whatever. I can probably slide that over a bit. It'll probably work just fine though. Let's move on, folks. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that as is right now. Kind of scoot that on out of the way. And I'm gonna guess these have never been off of here. They still have these original whatevers. Keepers, holders. I don't know, you can put them back if you want. They look like that. And now we're to part 2 of why I need the hammer. I generally, before I start this, and I should have done this earlier, I was too busy doing other stuff. Just try and break up that rust a little bit in there. I got some change in my pocket going jing-a-ling-a-ling. Why did I do that? Now it's gonna be stuck in my head. I wanted to have a look at these before I get even stupider with all this, because I didn't even open these up. Look, I assume we're good. I'm just gonna just make sure same sizage, everything like that. Yes sir, everything's golden, because sometimes you foobar these things and there's no going back. So just take and hit in these 5 areas, and hopefully you can get it out without hitting this, going this way. We are in Utah, we do use salt on the roads. Sometimes I can get these off, sometimes I can't. We'll see. What do you know? you know, I have had this side off before because I have done the wheel bearing on this side. So I guess technically, and it feels like I did this last time as well. I just usually put a little grease on here, just a thin little coat, just to keep it from rusting and sticking. Okay. Get me a towel. All right, even when these are brand new, or actually most probably, you want to go around these. Oh, jeez, my nose is running. You want to go around these and just get. There is a film that's kind of on these that they put on them to keep them from rusting in the box in transit. I mean, they also put the plastic on there as well, but small layer. I am going to go ahead and put these on again. So apparently I have had these off before. Now that I'm thinking about things a little harder. This just makes it a little easier to install the caliper. There's the cap for the glides. And I'm trying to think what I'm doing here. I don't know. I'm just kind of going along without saying anything. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull these glides out and lube them up a little bit. I think they're 6mm. No, I don't think they're 6mm. I think they're something else. An 8. What size is that? I don't know what I got in this thing. I got a 7. Let's see. Frickin' Ford. All right, so it's a 7mm. So I'm just going to take these, all I'm doing, just going to wipe these down real good. Just kind of a little bit grungy. I'm going to go at these with Scotch Brite and some Simple Green. Just like so. These are called caliper guide pins. You can buy these new. Rock Auto, AutoZone, but this particular design is pretty durable. So we got her nice and clean. I will take and just get any of the crap off of that may be on it. This is the point in time where I use this grease just to really light coat. Doesn't take much. And in we go. The thing that's a little frustrating is these are kind of exposed to the brake dust and everything. Oh, let me show you what I'm talking about with the phone. That's the one I just cleaned, and as you can tell, this is exposed all the time. So this is something that you're going to want to do anytime if you're just doing the pads. I would do this as well. Just my personal suggestion to you. Ow. Sounded sweet. Boy, this one's even dirtier than the other side. So again, I'll let you see that one. This obviously is the part that's exposed to the elements. For a little more simplage greenage. Brand new. Just a little thin coat, nothing too drastic. Slide it on in. Okay. And then this dust cap, all it really does is protect it from stuff in the back, and also you put your 7mm in there. That's one thing about this grease. I mean, it's good stuff, but holy crap, is it hard to get off your hands. Oh yeah. We're feeling a lot better there now. Sliding really nice. Wonderful. We're just gonna insert these 3 prongs, go right inside the piston there on the caliper. Take and pry that up just a hair to get those started. And away, oh, pinch finger. And away she's in. Okay, now some guys we'll actually put something similar to this grease on the back side of the pads when the caliper starts to racket there. But these come with a shim or I don't know, it's made out of phenolic. It is rattle guard shim, I don't know what you want to call it. But these come with those already in them. So there's really no need to put grease on these. Okay, well, are we seated? Almost there. There we go. One thing I did off camera is I did clean in this area. I should have filmed that. I did not. These here these are extra floppy right now because of the fact that we have compressed the piston 100% into the caliper. So there is a gap between the pads currently, a gap between the pads and the rotor, so it kind of flops around where it does not when you're removing it, because the pads are making contact with snug. Now, I don't know what the factory spec is. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what it is. This is how I do these every single time. Just do a quarter turn or whatever after you've got them as tight as you can get them by hand. I'm not a factory trained professional. I just get things done and they work, and the stuff works. So I don't know, that's probably not even a full quarter turn, but that'll work. It ain't coming off. Okay, I just wanted to kind of push that out, because when we put the other side, or when we do the other side, and I put that piston into the caliper, we are reducing the risk of overflow out of the cap on the master cylinder brake reservoir. Okay. So one more go around like this. So let's go one more round. Okay, we're good to install the wheels now, our wheel, and I did go ahead and put those back on. I don't know if I mentioned that in the video. I did take and go over this area on the caliper with the Scotch-Brite pad and Simple Green. I love that stuff, by the way. So I came over here, start going on this side, and I thought, man, it sure would be nice to have some light over here. We're nice and bright down the middle here, but not much here. And Santa Claus brought that for me yesterday, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna hang that up there, and maybe it'll become a permanent fixture up there. I don't know. All right, it's hung. And that's a little better than it was. So this is kind of my setup right now. I'm warming the garage back up because the garage door got open and it got cold. So yeah, I'm pretty high tech right now. This here, I don't know if you can tell. It's there's a speaker, and that's a silver tooth speaker right there. Well, that kind of sort of looks like a little bit better of an angle. I'm going to try it. It is kind of closer than I am used to, but we'll give it a shot. Maybe this will be a better solution. I can't tell. This is a lot lower resolution than the GoPro is actually filming, so hopefully I'm trying to lose some of the light in the ceiling. Okay, I'm rolling with it. This time I'm going to do this right from the get-go. Oh! By the way, these little buggers are sharp, so you gotta be careful with them. I spray that Croil on there to try and break up any rust that might be between the hub and the back of the rotor. These ones, I don't know, they don't feel like they've ever even been off. So you just generally, there's little tabs, several tabs. Just grab a hold of one and it'll start spinning. Once you get it going, they come off fairly easy, but they are sharp. So I remember cutting my hand on not this escape, but my other escape. When I pulled those off, cut it up pretty good. So I'm assuming you can probably see those. I'm hoping. But those, as you can imagine, can become sharp. So again, I showed on the other side, I'm just going to pry a little bit out on the pad, and that will usually compress that just enough to slide this right off without a whole bunch of effort. Alright, there we are. I'm going to do things a little bit different on this side. Now that I know that we have the correct pads, I wanted to not get too far into that other side before. I'm pretty popular. I wanted to not get too far into that without knowing I had the right pads. I was pretty sure, but I was wrong. So right now I am going to actually go. So if you just hit, I mean, if you're reusing these rotors, taking this off and you're reusing them, I don't know if you're getting them resurfaced, just hit between the lugs and you will usually get it off. I mean, you can tell that the oil got in there. The penetrating oil, the croil got in there really good and helped with getting that separated. Let me go grab the other rotor. Alright folks, sorry for the delay, although you'd have no idea what just happened. I just had to go help a friend on a phone call. Get this up around here. I got this thing twisted around a little bit. There we go. Now we're cooking. Alright, so let's get this pad out of here. And this pad out of here. See, they still have some life on them, but I don't know what this is all about. I mean, there's some ridges in there, but geez, not that bad. Oh man. this is filthy. All right, let's start out with man, the other side didn't have all this on it. There's a lot more brake dust on this side. Let's go ahead and compress this. All right. So taking the caps off again, and again, these are a 7mm Scotch Brite, simple green. These ones don't look as dirty as the other side. Okay. Nice and clean. Got her all lubed back up. Cap back on. The other side. When I say the other side, I mean that one is dirtier than the other one in this caliper. Have a look see. Okay. Give me back. Okay, man, that slides easier. So I'm just taking these and smoothing them down a little bit. When I say smoothing them down, I mean we're getting all the crap off them. I don't know, take this or leave it. I think it depends probably on where you live, but I don't. Some guys grease these. I don't. For the most part, they stay where they're supposed to. You can usually tell where they reside all the time by these. If you have a bunch of scraping back and forth, then you probably got some problems. But they, you know, most of what needs to get cleaned on these is this. Slide it right in. Right now you could, right now is the time that you would want to take that spring out if you want. Like I say, I like the factory spring better, so I'm leaving it. Oops. This is the rag I want. The yellow one's for my hands. I'm Mr. Mom today, by the way, so if you hear, I don't know if you can hear the singing in the house, but that's my beautiful girls, my beautiful daughters in there singing. Okay, I'm gonna go grab, while I'm thinking about it. Oh, the back. So this little piece here is what holds the spring in here into the bracket itself. So it's got that little tooth on both sides. Once again, I'm rolling with the OEMs because I think they're better. Their pads are better too, but here I am using Duralast pads. But it's what I got available to me. Let me get this up where I can see better. Okay. Raise this up just a hair. Gonna get those under there. And you slide right in. The other one. Ooh. Somehow that got out of the box. Go back with this here, just raise that up. Okay, because really the only thing that this spring is doing that I can see, I don't know, maybe there's some other, it has another reason, but the really the only thing I see this doing is holding this pad in there. The other pad is held in by the three, I got four there, but the three prongs get held into the piston. So the whole purpose of this is just to hold this pad in there, and we're fine. Let's see, we gotta go back this way. Make sure that you don't kink your hose. I'm gonna actually go over this one last go around, because I did touch it again since I did it. rag's kind of getting caught in the cross hatches here. Perfect. I lost my bolt. There we go. Okay, tight. And all right, folks. I'm going to go over and I am going to compress I'm going to go press the brake pedal, and it's going to push the piston out, get rid of this gap we've got. Okay. So it takes about two or three presses with the pedal, and you're just basically getting your pads touching again there. Then when you go to drive the car, it's not so wonky. Let's get the wheel back on. With any brake job you do, before you go to taking off and putting her in reverse or drive, it's good to go ahead and, even though I've already pumped the brakes without the car started, to fill the pistons with fluid. Do it again. Do it again. Just make sure you got pedal. Then when you're backing out, just make sure you're good before you get flying down the road. A couple stops. We're gonna head on over and exchange these brakes. So I started, I don't know what the heck time it was. We're 4 hours after. It looks like it's blinking on the screen here. I don't know if it actually is when it's recording, but it's about 4 hours between having to go back to AutoZone and also phone calls and a couple other interruptions that wound up taking me longer. My wife is driving my Toyota instead, so we're good in that regard. But before you get all the way up to a stop sign, just go ahead and give her a couple good tests before you get into traffic. Because you do not want to go sliding out there creating a problem. The problem with using this hand sanitizer, it smells like coconuts, and now I want to take a bite out of my hand. Well, ladies and gents, that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning into this episode of the 89 Garage. Please like, share, and subscribe. That would do my heart some good. Thanks, guys. Peace out. And this is why I need good brakes. For my girlies and my wife. Just make sure they're safe and got everything they need. Peace.